I created some mock projects as well to play around with UI stuff. So first off, I worked kind of like a streaming level loader where you have one parent level with different maps within it, and that it can load between them. So I didn't work too much on presentation here, but more functionality. We have a splash screen that when you start the game, we have different buttons here which will quit and go to options respectively. We have two different levels associated with these buttons. So if I click to this, it then does a load, and then it'll take you to a specific level. Whereas if we went to the second option instead, then it takes us to a different level. Ignore that big white box as well, sorry. So we had that, and then I tried working on making something a little more presentable as well then, and doing it through creating blueprints of these widgets and kind of nesting them so that it's easier to change things. So if I go to my title screen, we have something that looks a little bit more like this. So there's a bit of a fade in. We have our kind of section where the user make their choices there, each one of these buttons being a blueprint in their own right as well. So we have our, if I show my options, no, sorry, the title screen here, each one of these buttons is one of these button blueprints that I've set up like this, which has its own settings where you can set the text that it needs to be, and you can override the width and stuff of it as well. We'll also see that once we have a little options panel, which is its own blueprint again, like this, but this blueprint includes these slider blueprints as well as the button blueprints. So if we go to our slider, I made a generic slider here, which will allow you to set a label on it. You can set the different kind of values you want to be accepted by it, and also it will change the value of the label as you move it up and down as well. So yeah, that was another one that I got working, which just allowed me to really explore all of the different elements of the UI and the concept of using blueprints as well instead of doing these individually, because that then means that I can go and make a change to my slider, and changes on this will be kind of reflected in all instances of it then, which is really nice.